The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First carry for the second-year man. It's Najee Harris. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a play fake. Carr rolling to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. That's sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick.
2 plays so far, run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd.
What now?
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's got a man, complete. There he goes, left side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. It didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Taylor. He stiff arms him. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
Match box, Mike.
Back to Taylor on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. The Ravens at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1, and they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he will have a Ravens 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Lawrence. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 41-yard line.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. From the 41, Lawrence. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 44-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on their perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Play action. It's Lawrence. And this one too low.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Lawrence going to throw again.
He gets this into the hands of Taylor.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Well, it seems pretty clear on this opening drive that they want to get him involved, not only, Charles, in the run game, but in the pass game as well. And he can be such a weapon for them when they utilize him this way.
And, partner, you know I'm a veteran, right? In other words, that means a little bit older. Back in my day, we used to call a guy like this a workhorse, except he carried the ball all the time. Now they get it to him a variety of ways, but you're right. They want to run their offense through him.
A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5 now. Lawrence. Open man right side is St. Brown. Then he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And he stopped immediately there.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you can have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
A terrible spot for a holding call as he'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal.
Now Lawrence.
And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal.
Lawrence will throw.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal?
Here's Lawrence to throw.
He's going to have the hook up to Gage.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
6-0 our score after one.
That's the end of the 1st quarter with the score of Dolphins 6, Ravens 0.
And the first play will be a field goal try from the right hash. This from 33. The kick by Fairbairn is good, and they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the field goal that cuts the lead in half as they, too, are able to get some points on their initial drive of the game.
Yeah, all in all, a pretty positive response, right, to the points that were scored against them, and they got a little help from their opponent anyway. Missed the conversion, so now they're just 3 back.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright.
This is fielded at the 27. It's a 47-yard punt, return of 6. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
Yeah, maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see. On 2nd and 11 now. Lawrence.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
Now a first down carry for Harris.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete.
And the Dolphins are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Harris will score. Touchdown, Miami.
Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Lawrence. He gets it left side to Johnson. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Now Lawrence.
He finds Corey Davis.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
On the option to give to Taylor here.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd and 6 from the 10. Now Lawrence to throw. And this will be swung out here for counter. And the Ravens are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
They go play action with Lawrence.
He'll buy some time right. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Here's Lawrence.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown.
Juwan Johnson. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Carr going to throw. Looking here for Smith downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
A very limited time left to get into field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it all on one throw right there.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Carr. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Johnson. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
They trail by 3, and they just got 3 yards to start the 3rd quarter. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They go to the ground again with Taylor. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. In motion right is Smith. Harris running straight ahead. A solid stiff arm.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He'll find Metcalf. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they double that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you've kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
He'll air this one out deep for Davis.
And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
There is something to a game plan when trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try and throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Jalen Phillips picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
The Ravens send their punter out now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. They hand this off to Harris.
He'll take this to the 46.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've got to hit the jackpot there.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
On the give, this is Harris.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. They'll try the right side with Harris. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
He was taken down at the 22-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They run with Harris. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown.
Najee Harris, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Carr will look to throw. That's caught at the 1.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, the 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and that will bring up 2nd down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. gun, it's Carr. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Lonnie Johnson picks it. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used the calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Well, that's the third interception for Lawrence. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. On second down, this is Harris.
And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. Now Carr. He finds his man complete. It's Schultz. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Carr now on first down. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Dalton Schultz from 10 yards out. And the Dolphins have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that will make this a 19-point game.
Ravens 10. Jason Sanders to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Yeah.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a third down now as they try to find a late score.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it down here to the 43. He needed a yard. That's exactly what he got. Earns him a new set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And some room to work. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And it was the stiff arm there that freed him enough to get the first before he's tackled.
I liked his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All I thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
Lawrence's throw complete there to Johnson. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push the...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Jalen Petrie picks it off.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. He's up to the 20. Now he's loose at the 40.
30. 10. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lead, yeah, a little extra on top.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on,